2,000 years later.
Kerjanya memang cuma ngevlog. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Berjumpa kembali dengan Romlia Pratama. Teman-teman sahabatku semuanya, gimana kabar kalian? Mudah-mudahan kalian semuanya baik-baik saja beserta keluarganya di sana. Teman-teman sahabatku semuanya, buat kalian yang baru gabung, yang baru nonton video ini, silahkan di subscribe dulu, di like, dan di komen guys. Buat teman-teman sahabatku semuanya yang udah ngedukung support channel ini, terima kasih. Mudah-mudahan kalian semuanya diberikan keberkahan umur, keberkahan rezeki, dimudahkan segala urusannya, baik urusan dunia maupun urusan akhirat. Teman-teman sahabatku semuanya, gue tuh pengen ngebahas tentang hospital di Malaysia ini, karena gue punya pengalaman sendiri. Saya itu pernah punya pengalaman istriku melahirkan atau bersalin di sini, gitu. Jadi di video kali ini tuh gue pengen memberikan satu video yang menurut gue ini sangat baik banget untuk kita bahas, untuk kita reaction saat ini, dimana ada seorang bule atau orang putih yang datang ke Malaysia untuk bersalin gitu ya, bersalin di hospital Kuala Lumpur, di hospital Malaysia lah gitu ya. Gini, gue nggak mau panjang lebar, nanti kita bahas ke belakangnya, karena cerita ini sangat menarik. Ceritanya panjang tapi menarik guys. Tonton bareng-bareng yuk. Ini dia guys ceritanya guys. Nah, ini dia guys.
As we prepare for a life-changing journey. Embracing calm and joy before the onset of labour, our walk to the hospital, a blend of anticipation and courage, marks the first steps in welcoming our son. Each step, each smile, a part of the beautiful story unfolding. In the labour room, every minute is a world of anticipation and love. Surrounded by care, Aston embodies strength and grace as we wait for the moment that will forever change our lives. The final push, a culmination of hope and dreams. In these intense moments, we discover new strengths. It's not just the birth of our son, it's the birth of our family, a new chapter beginning in Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
How are you feeling today? We're getting closer to your due date.
Alhamdulillah.
Good. Very excited to be welcoming our little guy into the world soon, inshallah. Definitely had some progression, so to speak, over the last week. But yeah, we'll just see how things go. Oh my gosh, I think it's just amazing. They're so attentive and just really go the extra mile, and things that are generally not included in the UK are included here, and it gives you such a lovely, better experience, I think. Yeah, so it's been really easy coming to the hospital for my checkups. It's such a seamless process from admissions all the way through to seeing the doctor, and they're so incredibly
ramah banget ya.
It's great. Just a lot of peace and comfort. She's so incredibly knowledgeable.
Dr. Azina.
Like gentle demeanor, and yeah, it's really rubbed off on me and made things so much more pleasurable. You know, my experience with her. Yeah, so I remember my first appointment with Dr. Azina. I nearly started crying. She basically said to me that the best thing that I could do, because obviously naturally we want to know what we can do to kind of like speed things up, and you know, we're all eager to meet our babies, and she just said to me, if you wake up in the middle of the night, you feel him kicking, wake up, go do wudu, pray 2 rakah. If you're too tired, sit up in bed, put your hands together, make dua. It's the best thing that you can do, which I thought was so lovely and such a warm touch that you wouldn't have had in the UK. It's definitely, I found it to be so incredibly humble and kind, and they're very gentle. They've got a really lovely bedside manner about them, which just makes the overall experience so much more comfortable. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I think healthcare here is fantastic. To be honest, I would highly recommend, especially moving to a new country, if you have the time, definitely join an antenatal class, because it was so nice to meet other women who were in the same position that I'm in terms of like the time in their pregnancy, and it's really nice that you're going to need that support. You're going to need friends, and to have people to kind of like go back to understand your pain, and it's really nice to have that support and that community. Yeah. So in terms of the hospital, I believe it was last week's appointment, so 38 weeks, they already prep you to do your pre-registration, so that's all taken care of. In terms of how ready I feel, I mean, I feel ready, but am I ready? No, because I procrastinate with everything, and I still need to pack my hospital bag. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, I couldn't feel more organized and feel in better hands, really, being at this hospital. To be honest, it doesn't faze me. Women give birth every single day all around the world, and obviously we've had the luxury to be able to choose where we're giving birth because we're paying privately. But, it's just, I feel like I have more control in my birth team and what I would want to kind of happen. I feel like it's more my choice here. So yeah, I think I'm not anxious about it at all. I think, I've chosen a fantastic hospital. I've really researched my doctor. So I feel really confident to give birth here. Second to none, honestly. Like, it is so incredible, the support that you get here. Things are included here that would not necessarily be included in the UK, for example, like support from a lactation consultant. That's just given as a standard. In the UK, you would have to book for these appointments, you would have to pay for consultations, and it's just really nice. Everything is included here, and yeah, it's fantastic. So obviously my wish is to have as natural of a delivery as possible.
Aslina, bukan Azina ya, Aslina.
As possible, as most mums I'm sure would expect. In terms of like the environment, I love the delivery ward. I think it's beautiful, it's spacious, it gives you that really kind of calm energy that you need during such an intense, time. Seriously, Gleneagles Hospital is first of all the hospital that you need to choose. They are fantastic. But yeah, I mean, don't be scared. The healthcare and the support that you get here is fantastic. It's really, it's world renowned. The doctors are so highly educated and trained. You will get so much more care and attention paid to you, and the support that you get is amazing. So
Amazing.
Don't be scared. Millions of women do it all over the world every single day. We used to give birth in caves, so compared to that, this is luxury. And as I always joke with my husband, I always say that it's more of like a hospital, because I feel like the facilities here are just so amazing. Yeah, it's literally like giving birth in a hotel. It's fantastic. So guys, we've had a very early start this morning because
Today.
we are picking up my mom from the airport. Yay! It is officially baby due week, so the family starts to arrive over the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be a really lovely time. We're so excited.
Ini baru sampai di KLIA. KLIA ya? Ini di KLIA atau bukan sih? KLIA lah mungkin. Ini kedatangan antara bangsa.
Let me grab this trolley. Grab that. Oh. Yeah. How was your flight? I hope you found it.
Yes. How beautiful. Oh, so stunning. Yeah. No. Yeah. But we've spelled it the English way, so no. And that's why we've added Muhammad, so that it's. I know, so that's the rocker, the swing. I haven't actually tried it yet. So this is very nice. Yeah. Omar wasn't so. He preferred the travel bassinet, like you said, to get with the change table on top. But then I just think that this is nicer. It looks nicer. So this is a little area, and then I've got. I know. So we are on our way to the hospital because the doctor has asked us to come in to go and get checked. So we're excited. We very may well be having this baby today. Inshallah. Just chilling, waiting for Dr. Zena to come and check us, and I'm watching Gordon, Gino, and Fred pass the time. So guys, I am just about to leave the hospital because we have been checked by the doctor, and currently at about 1.5 centimeters. She did do a sweep to help things get moving along, and I can definitely feel because my contractions are definitely more intense, I would say. So yeah, we have been given the all clear to go home, hang around at home, get on my ball, and inshallah we'll come tonight or tomorrow. Hi guys.
What are we doing?
Hi baby Noah. I'm little Nemo. Noah Muhammad. On our way to the hospital. So we're going to have you soon, inshallah. If you want to cooperate, please.
We
We'd love that. Dr. Davina said to make lots of dua that you're a good boy and that you
Amin.
are the boss, but please be a nice boss.
Nuh Muhammad kata orang Arab ya.
A few moments later.
Oh ini udah di
6.5 hours later.
go back to sleep then. Come on. Come on, little guy. Come on.
Just cozy, aren't you?
One eternity later.
gue pernah ada di posisi seperti ini guys. Ini momen yang takkan pernah terlupakan. Masya Allah. Ini yang sebenarnya ditunggu-tunggu itu. Masya Allah. Siapa namanya tadi? Oh, Nuh Muhammad ya, Nuh Muhammad. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Way to come and pick you up from the hospital. You were born yesterday. You're a healthy, fit, beautiful little boy. And alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Nuh Muhammad.
As we come to the end of this deeply personal episode, we want to give you an insight into what it's like having a baby in Kuala Lumpur.
especially in terms of costs involved at a premium facility like Gleneagles Hospital?
Our experience at Gleneagles was so comforting and professional. It's a top-notch facility with a team that made our journey to parenthood as smooth as possible. So let's now talk about the costs.
So consultation and regular checkups cost around 1,100 ringgit, which is about £185. The total for the delivery package, which included the labour room and all the necessary medical procedures, including the epidural, came to 8,400 ringgit, which is £1,417. Additional costs like the paediatric care, baby's circumcision, which was done in the hospital, postnatal care, and any extra medical support amounted to 3,300 ringgit, which is £556. So in total, we spent approximately 12,800 ringgit, which is £2,159 for the entire process.
Yeah. So while the financial aspect is obviously significant, but what mattered to us the most was the quality of care that we received, which I have to say was exceptional. Bringing baby Noah Mohammed into the world here in Kuala Lumpur has been a journey that's been filled with so much love, learning and invaluable experiences.
And as we step into this new chapter of our lives with baby Noah, we're reminded of the beauty and diversity of experiences that life in Malaysia offers. From the heart of Kuala Lumpur, we're embracing this journey, grateful for every moment. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So thank you so much for joining in on this special episode.
If you liked our story, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Subscribe.
To us.
Stay tuned for more adventures as we continue our journey to success. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Wah. Saya pernah di posisi seperti ini guys, karena baru 13 Juni lalu istriku itu melahirkan di sini, bersalin di sini di Malaysia ini, di Kuala Lumpur, tepatnya di UKM, HES UKM. Bener, momen yang nggak pernah yang nggak mungkin terlupakan saat kita menemani istri. Sayangnya aku tuh nggak sempet nemenin istri waktu melahirkan, waktu bersalin, karena pas itu ketika istriku masuk ke ruangan gitu untuk bersalin, aku tuh harus terburu-buru mengurus administrasinya. Sebenarnya nggak apa-apa sih untuk nemenin istri dulu, nggak apa-apa sebenarnya. Cuman aku tuh ya orang yang bagusnya lagi tuh di sini tuh di Malaysia ini, ketika istriku tuh turun dari ambulans, semua perawat itu lari-lari guys, bawa istriku untuk segera membuat tindakan seperti itu. Jadi lari-lari semuanya untuk dorong istriku. Waktu itu ketika 2 atau tingkat 3 saya lupa, tapi pas itu naik lift cepet banget. Saya itu nanya, saya mau urus administrasinya itu di mana? Sekejap dulu. Kita tolong istri dengan anak awak dulu. Orang-orang itu cakap macam itu. Perawatnya itu cakapnya itu. Pergi terus ke atas, istriku masuk, aku bingung dong. Kenapa tak ada orang yang minta dokumen saya, seperti paspor atau apalah gitu, atau deposit apa gitu. Biasanya kalau di Indonesia itu kan ketika bawa orang sakit atau bawa orang mau bersalin gitu kan, pasti kita minta IC dulu gitu. Kalau di Indonesia gitu, minta IC dulu atau paspor lah kalau orang luar. Dimintai deposit dan macam-macam lah gitu. Habis itu baru boleh masuk yang sakit itu, atau yang mau melahirkan itulah, yang mau bersalin itu baru boleh masuk. Tapi di Malaysia lain. Yang diutamakan itu keselamatannya. Saya itu nanya pas istriku udah mau pulang, anakku udah mau pulang, boleh pulang dari hospital. Nanya ke salah satu perawatnya itu, kenapa di Malaysia itu kok bisa kenapa di Malaysia itu perawatnya ketika ada pasien ada orang sakit atau ada orang yang mau melahirkan tuh langsung lari dan menyelamatkan dulu tanpa bertanya orang itu punya duit, entah orang itu punya nggak ada tanya IC atau paspor, nggak ada apa, langsung dibawa. Itu kenapa Kak, saya cakap macam itu. Terus kakak tuh bilang, hospital ini dia berbicara tentang hospital itulah gitu. Hospital ini memang macam nih. Tak tahu kalau saya hospital lain, sebab saya tak pernah daripada lepas sekolah saya kerja kat sini, dia cakap macam tu. Habis itu dia ceritalah kalau kat hospital ni memang kena macam ni karena yang paling utama itu keselamatan. Misal kata macam isteri awak kan, keselamatan ibu dengan anak dulu. Kalau dua-duanya dah selamat, atau misal kata dua-duanya dah ada selamat lah misalnya, barulah kita pihak daripada hospital tu akan minta IC dengan ataupun pasport ataupun apapun itu gitu. Dia cakap macam tu. Wow, gue terkejut dong. But intinya dia mendahulukan manusianya gitu. Tanpa bertanya dia orang mana, tanpa bertanya orang pokoknya tanpa pertanyaan apa-apa langsung dibawa. Gue tuh terkejut di situ karena di tempat gue nggak seperti itu. Yang ditanya tuh dulu dokumennya dulu. Seperti kalau di Indonesia KTP kan. Biasanya yang ditanya nih KTP, kartu keluarga lah, apa surat itulah gitu. Baru uang deposit, baru boleh masuk gitu. Kalau semuanya lengkap, semuanya ada, baru boleh masuk kalau di Indonesia. Tapi di sini lain. Jadi nggak mau tahu, mau awak tuh orang asing, mau awak tuh orang tempatan, mau awak tuh orang apapun. Selama ada di situ perlu pertolongan, itu ditolong dulu. Kalau udah selamat, baru urus tuh administrasinya. Jadi saya tuh baru tahu seperti itu. Jadi pengalaman bule ini pernah aku alami gitu. Dan masalah perawatnya baik-baik dari semenjak istriku itu check up, semuanya baik-baik dan betul-betul melayani dengan baik. The best Malaysia. Ini perlu dicontoh oleh perawat-perawat di Indonesia dan perlu dicontoh oleh kerajaan Indonesia atau negara pemerintah untuk bukan hanya memperbaiki fasilitas, ya baik untuk memperbaiki fasilitas, tapi juga memperbaiki adab-adab dari pekerja-pekerjanya gitu, agar masyarakat luas terlayani dengan baik, terlayani dengan adab yang baik gitu. Karena biasanya orang-orang perawat-perawat di sana udah nggak kata-katanya kasar, udah nggak pokoknya gimana gitu ya mau ngomong itu. Ya oke lah. Jadi seperti itulah pengalaman bule dengan saya, karena hampir sama. Hanya bedanya saya merantau di sini, si bule ini enggak gitu. Orang putih ini enggak. Jadi terima kasih buat teman-teman semuanya yang udah nonton. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jangan lupa sholawat guys.